This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Entertainment Hour here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. A happy new year to you, wherever you may be. 2025 already, my God. And guess what? No flying cars, not that we know of, are out there. I know that was a big thing years ago. By 2025, we're going to have flying cars. Nah. Anyway, beside me and below me are two folks here who always join me, Crispy Bacon and then Dragon Viper. Crispy Bacon, how are you this evening? And I guess welcome back to a new year of programming here on Coast to Coast.
Yes, 2025 here. 2024 was fun. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in 2025.
Yeah, I don't know. Certain movies that you hear of or certain shows that you know that are coming out maybe will be good for 2025. We'll see what happens. And Dragon Viper, we'll say hello to you. And how's the new year treating you?
It's going good. I mean, just hanging in there, and we'll have to see how this year goes. I mean, it started off, it ended pretty good, so, we'll have to see if it continues.
Yeah, so much I could say. By the way, got the new haircut. People say I look like Bobby Hill, which I'll take. We'll see. Let go of my purse. I don't know you. So be sure to follow, like, and subscribe to Coast to Coast Entertainment Network shows. I don't know why shoes came in my head, but
Need some shoes?
it's cold. Friday here, Entertainment Hour. Sunday, we have morning tailgate for all the football action. Week 18 coming up between the ropes. There's always something going on there. You got Coast to Coast at night on Mondays. Tuesday or Wednesday is Rankum, I want to say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then Sports Hour Thursday. Kicking It should be back. Don't know yet, but Wacky Wednesday should be back with Joanne, I believe, sometime soon on Wednesdays. So check all that out, and just we should put a bulletin out, if when that show comes back, and really promote the hell out of it. I know it was a good show, and it's good to see whenever Joanne does come back. So we'll start with some news in the Hollywood or entertainment business, of course, as this is Entertainment Hour. Brenton Wood, the singer of Oogum Boogum and Give Me Some Kind of Sign. He passed away today at the age of 83, 5 hours ago. He's really known for those songs. Catch You on the Rebound as well. I got to go through his list, but those are only a couple that I know. And then Chris brought up, I think, what was it, earlier today?
Today or yesterday, I can't remember.
Let's see. January 2nd, so it was yesterday, I guess. What even day is it? Yeah, yesterday. Wayne Osmond, a member of the iconic Utah-based musical group The Osmonds, remembers Donnie and Marie and maybe others, died on Wednesday night. He was 73 years old. He left a legacy of faith, music, love, and laughter. He had the influences among a lot of people, really based on religion there. He was the guitarist, and his brothers. So there was Alan, Merrill, Jay, Donnie, and Jimmy. And it was the successful barbershop group known as the Osmonds. Born and raised in Ogden, Utah, back in 1951. So that's some news about some people who we lost. I know we'll talk about more of that coming on with our in memoriam for 2024, because we lost a lot of good people in the entertainment world coming up. Let's see. Anybody got anything about the losses we had the last couple of days?
Not to be mean, but I can't remember. I mean, I know we lost a lot of people last year too, and
about just these two, the Brenton Wood and Osmond, which I didn't even know who he was. I'll be honest with you.
The last name sounded familiar in my head.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember all of the Osmonds, but I'm like Osmond, that sounds familiar, kind of thing. And they're gonna be missed.
Definitely. I know Brenton Wood, he had a big fan base here in I'll just say West Coast, because of Mexican people loving oldies music. So he was definitely part of that. Some other news going around. Madonna sparks some engagement rumors with a soccer player named Hakeem Morris.
I don't know who that is.
Plastic not included. Jack Nicholson, I found out, is 87 years old. He's rarely seen in public, but he was with his daughter, Lorraine. I didn't realize he was 87 years old. That's crazy. Denise Richards. This is crazy about this. She grew up actually in the city I'm in. And that was one of the first things I learned when I got to Oceanside here. Anyway, she ruptured her breast implants while filming Special Forces Season 3, whatever the hell that is. But yes, those do pop.
Okay.
I'll take your word for it.
All right. What else? Oh, yeah. The Liam Payne death case. One man was arrested on suspicion of supplying drugs to the, of course, deceased One Direction singer. So we know now, what made it happen or who was delivering it. And, of course, he was one of the ones we lost in 24. Selena's killer, Yolanda Salvador, files for parole. And there's no way she should get the hell out. There's no way. No way at all. Let's see. Anything else here? Nope. We know that one guy already left, or one voice already left The Simpsons. Pamela Hayden. She was a voice of Milhouse, and it's interesting how they're gonna, get rid of him from there. Let's see. Ice-T.
Did another voice star? Didn't they do that with Marge?
Yeah, I think they're going to do that eventually. Ice-T was pulled over in a viral video by a cop, and something about his registration. But go check that out on YouTube. By the way, Ice-T and his wife Coco celebrated their marriage their sexy marriage on their 24th wedding anniversary. That's also plastic not included. Let's see. Britt Allcroft, a woman here, the Thomas the Tank Engine series creator, passed away today at 81.
Dang.
I didn't even know who created that.
I didn't either.
I think we all grew up watching Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, I did a little bit. What that is?
I didn't.
Let's see. I don't think we have anything else for that. Giselle's pregnant. I don't know how Tom Brady feels about that. That came out of nowhere. Last
Probably like,
couple
I got millions, I'm okay.
child. Oh yeah, I wonder how the child support goes. All right. Let's get to the other segment here. What did we all do and get for Christmas? I'll start with me. For entertainment value, where the hell is it? I got a bunch of candy. The family thinks I smell, so I got a bunch of body
So-
spray, cologne, and shower body wash. I'm just kidding, but it's all really good stuff, of course. What else? Yeah, a bunch of candy. I'm interested, like I showed Chris before the show. Just like Valentine's Day, it's a hack. If you go the day after, everything's like 50% off or 30% off. The days after Christmas, you can go get, Christmas candy. So I'm interested to try this Oreo candy canes and see how that goes.
Did they label it as cookies and cream?
No, but that's my favorite ice cream. Definitely.
That's
Oh!
basically Oreo.
Have you ever had an Oreo shake? Oh my god, that'll change your life. Okay, I'm drinking coffee, but I have this Whip Shots vodka infused whipped cream peppermint flavor. I'm gonna definitely be trying this during the show. I already had it earlier, but we'll see if it has effect on the show if it hasn't already. What else did I get? I spent time with family. Got some more of those See's candy suckers, which I love. I don't think there's anything else. What about you, Chris? Did you get anything or do anything entertaining for Christmas?
Spent time with family, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Got some new long sleeve shirts, football cards, baseball cards.
Wow. I don't even know those are a thing anymore.
Oh, they're popular. They got popular again during the pandemic.
That's true, and I was wondering if that all went away, like that phase went away.
I don't think so.
And with the Pokemon, I know people were overcharging people for that. It was crazy. Let's go Dragon Viper. Did you do anything entertaining for Christmas? Did you get anything special?
Yeah, I went and I ended up getting like alcohol. I also got like a wrestling buddy, which was Cody Rhodes. And then, I got a blanket. I got a couple wrestling action figures. Not much more than that, though.
You said a wrestling buddy?
Yeah, it's like a little wrestling stuffed doll.
Oh, all right. I was trying to figure out what the hell that is, but okay. Well, hey, let's talk about wrestling real quick because this is your guys' world. And I kept reading the reports that this will be the first. Oh, there you go.
Right there.
Cody Rhodes. You said Cody Rhodes? I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, my mom ended up getting Roman Reigns, so,
Who used to be a football player.
Huh?
I was telling James he used to be a football player.
That, by the way, somebody went thrift shopping, which I love to do too, and
Oh, I
found
saw that
a
A Brock Lesnar jersey.
Vikings one. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that is crazy. I wanted to get your guys' reaction to the WWE moving to Netflix, because what show is it, and then how much do you have to pay more, and how many nights is on Netflix?
No.
I'll start with Chris on this.
So it's Monday Night Raw. They've been around since '93.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know
And it's been on USA Network for a long time, Spike TV back in the day, but mainly on USA. It'll be the first time ever that show will be on a streaming service. You don't have to pay extra for it, just with the plan you already have. they are already moving the Raw episodes, old episodes that were on Peacock. They're moving those over to Netflix, and then next year, everything that's on Peacock will be moving to Netflix, but Raw will be viewed only on Netflix, and then the other shows will be on TV.
Wow. Do you already have Netflix? Are you going to be tuning in still?
I'll be tuning in. I'm sure Dragon Viper will be. And it's John Cena's last year.
I didn't even know he was. Did he unretire and retire?
He never
back,
retired, but he
okay.
sporadically did shows every now and then, and but he's going to be full time at least this year. So.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, because I never really I just read about it and knew eventually the
It's a big deal.
show. Yeah. Dragon Viper, how do you feel about this? The Raw going to Netflix, having to pay more to see something that was on basic cable.
The thing is I like it, but I don't. I like it because of the fact that I'm able to watch it now. Because we have Netflix, but I looked on it last night or early this morning. I looked on there, and on Peacock, I was in the middle of watching, previous Monday Night Raws. Well, it was back in 2010, late 2010. Well, you go to the Vault on Netflix, and it stops at 2002 and then picks back up in 2022. So you're missing a 20-year span.
Nice.
I think it's going to take time for everything to upload.
I'm sure it will, but I kind of wanted to watch it last night.
Yeah.
But you're missing a 20-year span, and it's like, well, I hope they fix that. But
I'm going to wait about a month before they, if they fix it. But yeah, I was in the middle of something too, and it's like, where'd it go?
But overall, I like it because now I'm able to watch it.
And the one thing too is, so like sometimes they'll do international shows, and it would be delayed. It'll be live wherever they're at, so like England or wherever. But we would have the delay, and it would be pre-recorded. And then, but now since it's going to be on Netflix, whatever. So like, if it's going to be 7 o'clock there, it'll probably be 12 o'clock here.
And it will be live every time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of times it is live when it's here in the United States.
Right. Oh yeah. I wonder too, guys, because I know the talk about the Tyson Paul fight, how it kept buffering or stopping whatever it did, and then they had the 2 NFL Christmas games that went good, I guess. Yeah, I didn't hear anything. But do you worry about that being, live on Netflix? Do you worry about maybe the quality of the program going down a notch being on Netflix now?
I don't. I mean, maybe the first night you might get some buffering, I'm thinking, because
everybody's on it.
Yeah, they want to see how it's going to work.
So
yeah, that's what I was wondering.
And you also see Dragon Viper's favorite broadcaster.
Who is that?
No.
McAfee.
Hell
no.
No.
Does he do Monday Night Raw?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just out of it, I guess.
I'll send some of this stuff over. He's pretty good at it. Dragon Viper now.
Did what's the name used to do that? Jim Ross, or was it another?
Yes,
yeah, Jim Ross.
Jim Ross used to do it. Yeah.
I love the quotes he had.
he broke him in half.
They killed him. Oh, that's great. All right, so I know we were going to do this show or do this segment, before they ended, but it was, I guess good that we did it, now in 2025. But we'll remember right now the folks that we lost in 2024 in the entertainment world. I know I could talk about the countless athletes that passed away, and there were many that I knew. But to me, it all started with Carl Weathers. He passed away January 31st of 2024. He was age 76. Of course, he was Happy Gilmore's coach, Apollo Creed. He was a former San Diego State Aztec, Oakland Raider football player. I think he did Shaft, I want to say, like a movie, I want to say. And then I think he had his own show. And then Richard Lewis passed away February 26th, the comedian. We had him on a reel with, I think, Don Rickles one time, and it was about movie theater etiquette, and it was just funny as hell. Eric Carmen, March 10th, passed away. He had that song, Every Time You Go Away. I'll take a little piece of me with you. Let's see. Whom else? David Sanborn, he was a great musician, May 11th. Morgan Spurlock, if you ever seen the movie Super Size Me, he passed away age 73, May 22nd. That's the only thing I knew him in, but he was always doing the films that really made you thought, or the documentaries or whatever. And think about getting McDonald's today. I shouldn't have. June 19th, Donald Sutherland passed away. He was in so many things. And I know it must have crushed his son that his father passed away. June 26th, Martin Mull passed away. You saw him in so many different movies. For me, I remember him in Roseanne as the asshole kind of boss at the diner in the mall. And then he was the radio station DJ in Jingle All the Way, manipulating Arnold and Sinbad. I saw that movie the other day, by the way. Dr. Ruth passed away July 12th. She was one that gave, let's just say, advice to people that needed it on the radio and on television too. I seen her on Arsenio Hall one time on YouTube. That was crazy. Shannon Doherty passed away also on July 12th. She's best known, for Beverly Hills 90210. Some other things. I think Charmed, which I think was on early in the morning when I woke up.
Yes, Charmed.
Yeah, I knew I got that right. Richard Simmons also passed away on July 12th. So July 12th was a tough day. I think we were here for that show the day after. But Richard Simmons, of course, he was a exercise extraordinaire. His, videos were amazing. The energy was always there. I don't think he ever took a day off from being who he was. Lou Dobbs was a money specialist. He passed away July 17th, as well as Bob Newhart. He was so funny with his shows that he did. He also had his own show called Newhart. Phil Donahue had his own show called, of course, Donahue. He was a TV show host back in the 80s. He passed away at the age of 88, August 17th. And this one hurt. It was James Earl Jones who passed away September 8th. He was 93. Of course, he was Darth Vader. He was in so many different roles. I mean, he did it pretty much all of it. He was great. Tito Jackson, part of the Jackson 5, passed away September 14th at the age of 70. Chris Christopherson was a musician / actor. He passed away September 27th at the age of 88. And then Liam Payne, we found out, passed away October 15th. He was only 31 years old. That really hurt. Terry Garr passed away October 28th. She was a dancer, then became an actress, just a funny, down-to-earth person. And I know she's not suffering anymore. But she'll be remembered. All the time she was on the old Letterman shows. They didn't really talk much about anything. And that was kind of weird, but it worked. And then Quincy Jones, November 2nd, passed away. Music mogul. Countless productions. being a producer for Michael Jackson, all the other acts he did. And then Tony Todd was, of course, an actor. You know him in some scary movies. November 5th, he died at the age of 69. Jones, by the way, 91 years old. And I think we all know his daughter, Rashida Jones. Any other deaths kind of stood out to you this year in the entertainment world, guys? I'll start with Dragon Viper.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much nailed all the ones that would stand out for me. So I'm just gonna say ditto on you, with you, and but that's pretty much all the people that stood out for me.
Yeah, I know we mentioned the two this year that really stood. Oh, O.J. Simpson. I totally forgot about that. April 9th. I had to put in, everyone. And I guess he counts as an entertainer, right? He slashed his way through some movies. So, yeah, he's an entertainer, definitely. Toby Keith. He's probably been in movies as far as I know, but he was a tremendous singer. Can you believe that was February 4th of last year? I just heard his song the other day. God, what was it called? I don't like I used to be good or something like that. I just heard that song the other day.
It's As Good As I Once Was.
That's good. Thank you. I love that. Now I love that song. But those are just some of the names, Chris, from this year that we lost.
Yeah, and I would have to say that Richard Simmons was probably more, the surprising one, because I think the week before we did our celebrity birthdays, and we brought his name up as a birthday, and then isn't that right, Dragon Viper?
Whose name?
Richard Simmons.
Yeah, we brought him up.
Yeah,
that
and then the
wild.
week after he passed.
Yeah, because we were talking about the fact that he's been in hiding and everything else, right. And then the following week, we found out that he passed away, and the irony of all this is the fact that we mentioned a couple others like James Earl Jones, and then the following week he passes away. So, it's kind of weird how that happened. It happened for like a few weeks.
You hate the irony of it. That's certainly true. That happened with me with my favorite person who died this year or last year was Bill Walton. Deadhead, he was a Deadhead. Big fan of the Grateful Dead. Basketball player, entertainer, I would say, in my mind. He was out for like 2 or 3 months from calling basketball games, and I wondered why. And then he passed away, and it was just really, really sad time. And some others out there, of course, non-entertainment related that, we know and love. To the movie theaters, maybe you'll go, maybe you won't. I believe Sonic is still out there, but that movie was out there. Did anybody see that one?
No, I won't.
And I can't remember if it was a cartoon or action type of film.
No, it's a live action.
It's the CGI action type movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew that was one of the shows that we were going to do. I had that in there, and then we were off for a holiday break. What was it? A Complete Unknown. I really wanted to see this. I hope I can maybe this weekend. It's about Bob Dylan. He's 19 years old, early 60s. He arrives in New York with his guitar and revolutionary talent. He was destined to change the course of, music and entertainment. Timothy Lee, how the hell do you say that last name? Chalamet is the dude who plays Bob Dylan. Edward Norton is in this movie as well. Ellie Fanning also in this as parts, probably music director, ones who found him, discovered him in New York. He would go on, Bob Dylan, of course, still alive, out there making, folk songs. I don't know much of his songs, but I think I know more Johnny Cash songs than I do Bob Dylan. certainly had a distinct voice. But yeah, an unknown drama. No, a complete unknown. That is a movie still out there. If you like movies from the setting in the past, like I do, this is obviously the movie I want to see. Has a 7.8 out of 10 from IMDb, which isn't too bad considering nowadays. All right, so this is a random question. I love these sometimes because I was watching Shark Tank a while back. I was trying to figure out something I could invent, and maybe some of that panel would take notice to and give you money for the invention. There was something I had. I totally forgot what it was too. But you guys come up with any inventions you think would work on Shark Tank? I'll start with Chris.
Yeah, I don't. No, I'm not really the inventive type. That's difficult. I really don't know.
It's funny. I think someone already took one of my ideas a while back, where they have those like it's like a movie theater setting or something like that, and it makes you look like you're at a sporting event.
Oh,
I forget what they call it, but I thought about that a long time ago. Yeah, I thought about that a long time ago, but I never thought about it again until I saw it, and I was like, oh, well, whatever. How about you, Dragon Viper? Anything you could come up to invent that would work on the TV show Shark Tank?
I'm going to start off by saying this. Up until tonight, I didn't even know what Shark Tank was.
Really?
Yeah, my other half had to, tell me what it was about because I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. So when she told me, what it was, I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get it now. But, and I'm like Chris, I'm not very inventive. I don't have the brain to think that I can invent anything or want to. But I'm putting this out there just for hell of it. I'm saying a time machine because, there's all this talk about, people wanting a time machine. Well, if I was on there, I would try and create a time machine.
So the Ring doorbell?
Yeah.
That's how I got it started.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
A different name, but
no wonder. No wonder. I probably didn't notice it. I've seen some shows, and just feels like none of those products that somebody wanted to go half and half with or give a percentage with, like Mark Cuban and the other people, it feels like none of them actually took off watching these old episodes. But man, I wish I can remember what the hell I was talking about or what I was thinking of. But anyway, we'll move on. Chris, do we have any of those reels I sent you?
Yeah, I
think they're really short. Saying before, if we could get to those, should we do the birthdays now?
You can do the birthdays.
Yeah, let's do that now before we get the reels up. If you're ready, Dragon Viper.
All right. Let's see. So I ended up getting some of these birthdays. Today we have Stephen Stills from the band Stills, Crosby and Nash.
Oh wow. 81.
Chris.
80. Sorry.
Chris got it with 80.
I hate this game.
And then next up, we have Danica Keller, who was Winnie Cooper on Wonder Years.
Oh wow. 51.
Chris.
53.
James was closer with fifth. She's actually 50.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
So, and then big time.
I thought that
movie
pause was
star-
like,
Huh?
I thought you were gonna like, you got it on the nose.
Big time movie star Mel Gibson.
Wow. I haven't heard that name in forever. Wasn't he
Yeah,
Jesus? Oh no, he made that movie.
No, he made that movie.
Passion of Christ. Passion
Yeah.
of Christ. I remember being so just grossed out in that movie theater. I had popcorn and I even eat it. Anyway, 62.
60.
No, 69.
Wow.
I go over last time and it's like, nope.
honestly. He's younger than I thought, honestly.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you guys watched Step by Step. He was also Boy Meets World as
Hell
one of
yeah.
Eric's best friends. But Jason Marsden.
What character was he on Step by Step? I forget.
He was
Oh no. See, if I look it up, I would cheat. Jason, was he one of the little kids?
no, I don't. I know he was on there because I saw that show.
Hell yeah! Step by step, day by day, fresh start over, different hand to play. I'll just say 47.
46.
He is actually
Let me look
50.
that up. He better not be the dumb guy.
Oh
dumb
yeah, that's
kid.
right. No. He played. He actually kind of was. He played Rich.
He was the
JT's best friend.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. Oh, I know that face. Whenever that face would come up, parents had to come into the fray and ground some kids, whatever the case was. That face I remember. Hell yeah.
All right. And then we have, I don't know if anybody watched La Brea on Netflix.
NBC.
I actually liked it, but I got one of the stars from there, Nicholas Gonzalez.
Not related. Or I was asking for money. Oh man. 42? I don't even know who that is.
40.
49.
Well,
Okay.
And then have you seen American Psycho or Face Off?
that must be FX, right?
No, movies.
Oh no.
We have Matt Ross, who played in American Psycho and Face Off.
45.
44.
Nope, not even close. 55.
Damn. Sorry, Matt.
And then there's one that if you're living under a rock or you don't watch sports if you don't know this guy, but I know you guys watch sports, you guys watch football, you know who this is. Eli Manning.
Wow.
His brother annoys me to death.
Peyton?
Cut that meat. You
know,
my
the funny thing is, I'm going to say he's 35.
No. It's 43, I think. No. Whoa. 41.
Actually, you were closer, James, with your first guess. It's
44.
actually 44.
Yeah,
I was trying to think, when did he retire? I think it was after 2017. So all those years gone by. I got it wrong.
Then here's an older football player. He was a quarterback for the Houston Oilers in 1986.
Earl Campbell.
Jim Everett.
I remember him as a Ram. Huh. Jim Everett. Don't call him Chris, as that Jim Rome old YouTube video. Chris. 62.
63.
James got it with 62.
He was a great LA Ram quarterback.
And then Chris is going to know who I'm talking about. And in fact, you mentioned him a little bit ago, Jim Ross, JR.
I'm going to say he's 70. He also did a couple original XFL games.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim Ross?
Yeah. He was commentator for WWF, and then now he's with AEW. And
Well, kind of with AEW.
76?
what was your guess, Chris?
70.
73.
Yeah, we're right there. Sure.
Okay, and that's it for today. And I only have a few for tomorrow, but
He also has his own barbecue sauce.
yeah,
I did hear about that.
we have John Bennett Perry, who is Matthew Perry's dad.
Wow.
Or
82?
maybe I should say was.
84.
Chris got it.
Wow. Didn't he die last year too?
No, he's still alive.
No, Matthew Perry.
Oh yeah, Matthew Perry. Yeah.
For some reason that wasn't on this list. That's crazy. Okay. I knew it was last year.
And the country singer Deanna Carter, who sings like Strawberry Wine and I Shaved My Legs for This and
What? Wow. I'd rather hear those songs. Wow.
We need to what? We need to rate or make a list of the top 10 outrageous song titles.
Wow.
Hey,
I
that's a
love
good
that.
idea.
Let's put that in for next week. Because I don't know most of them, but I'll find some. 31. No idea.
33.
You both are really nice to her.
57.
59.
Whoops.
So speaking of country music, did anybody see the Christmas halftime show with Beyonce?
No,
No.
but I know everybody liked it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a debate because she is not country, and I don't care what
No.
anybody says.
She's
She
not
is not
country.
country.
Definitely not. I only know that one song she did that was, country.
She played that during
Texas
the-
Hold'em. Yeah, I figure in Houston.
Yeah.
But isn't it crazy, guys? Real quick, isn't it crazy? All these artists performing at these games, they always have them on the platform, like way up in the sky. I'm always fearful that something's bad's gonna happen. Remember Lady Gaga, who we'll talk about later? He was in that. She was in that Super Bowl with the Falcons and Patriots. She was on the roof, and then they had her on a string or something coming down, and then Beyonce was on the platform coming down from the air, coming down too. And then I think Rihanna did the same thing in the Super Bowl as well.
Yeah, or you could be like Prince and play with an electric guitar in the rain.
In the rain, yeah, and that's one performance I saved, but I still haven't seen. But that was legendary.
Mhm.
Anyway, and then moving on, we have Michael Stipe, who is the REM singer.
I love REM.
Me too.
I just heard "Shiny Happy People" earlier today.
Good song.
Hell yeah.
But you know what REM stands for?
Depends. Are you talking about their version or
I don't even know.
the dictionary version?
Maybe it's by them. I don't know, but it's rapid eye movement.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about with the dictionary version. That's what it is. Random eye movement.
REM must be like their initials of their names, I'm guessing. I don't know.
So, how old?
God, he's probably 63.
62.
James was closer. 65.
Damn. Isn't it crazy? Like all the cool stuff, they're all older. I
Yeah.
feel like.
And then the last one I have for tomorrow, She's also country. Patty Love. She's a little too long, in the list.
I think you cut out, so I didn't hear that.
Hey, Loveless sings.
Oh,
Country
I
singer.
only know that one song. The one with that dude. You're lying, cheating, dirty, mistreating,
Yep, that one.
mistreating, lonely heart.
Yeah, please. No.
I love that song.
You're no Hey, Loveless. Sorry, but no.
I think we talked about it one time. Probably. Okay, that video was probably like early '90s, and she looked like 30 something. So I'll just say 64.
65.
Chris is closer with 68.
Damn, that sucks.
There's your birthday.
I'm going to Showcase Showdown. I'm just kidding.
$1. I hate. Ugh. I think my brother was in the show
I know,
one
it's like-
time. I don't think he got picked though.
He was
I
on
would
the
have
show?
remembered that. Yeah, he was in the audience, but he never did the rundown. Do they even do that show? Oh yeah. I'm never home for it.
What would you spend on this taco set? They do.
With inflation, everything's more. It looks like, Chris, we have some. I wish. We got some reels coming up. They're pretty short, the ones that I've chosen. So let's see the ones that I have in rotation.
Yeah, I got the first one up here. Yeah.
I forgot what I brought. Oh, so this is a morning show, I believe, from, of course, here in America. But you'll see the difference when the camera's on, when the camera's off in this video. And maybe this is how we all were during holiday at work.
Okay. Maybe. Here we go. Make sure my volume turned up. Here we go.
What do you think?
Oh, it's like Christmas in a cup.
It really is.
I'm all about it. Happy holidays, everyone. It's disgusting.
It is
Ugh.
You wonder where that guy is.
Don't tell
now.
how it is.
Yeah. I wish,
He's
you can't be
probably
mean
on,
to people, but
He's probably backstage or something behind the
yeah,
camera.
it's like once the red light comes on, it comes off. He said what he wanted. This one, this one's an old like 1950s Kermit the Frog, but you can't really tell it was Kermit. Kind of I think it was commercials for a product. Let's check it out.
I think it was coffee. I saw this
I think it was.
commercial.
It's
You better
violent.
run against the. Are we climbing this tree? For Wilkins Coffee. I don't want any. I've got 5 aces. Can you beat that? I've got a can of Wilkins Coffee. How about some Wilkins Coffee, Captain? No. Howdy, stranger. I hear you don't drink Wilkins Coffee. Yeah, so what? You have any Wilkins Coffee in your house? No. You know, a house isn't a home without Wilkins Coffee. On guard. Salute Wilkins Coffee. But I don't drink Wilkins Coffee. Some learn, some don't.
Wilkins Coffee is not
That was
around
really
anymore, I
Kermit? Wow.
think. Because I think a lot of people ran away when they heard Wilkins Coffee. Oh, that's how they tailored to kids cigarettes and coffee back in the day. Oh boy, how things have changed.
No, it was the Marlboro Man. Get it right.
Marlboro Man and Camel with the camel.
cowboy.
Camel. What was the other one? Marble, Camel, and Newport was for a certain brand of people. What was the other one? Marble. I don't know. I smoked one cigarette in my life. I didn't like it. It made my breath just terrible, basically. Not that it isn't now as I get older, but it was terrible. You'll notice all the cigarette and beer commercials are all gone. Right now, it's just liquor commercials. And it's toward a certain group, it seems like. It was cool to see. I think last Christmas they had the Budweiser horses in a commercial, I think. I can't remember when it was, though. Chris, we'll see if you have the other reels.
Yeah, I'm getting it up here. Just 1 second.
All right. I know we're trying to get Facebook going, and I think we have another
I have
stream going.
I guess one of mine up there, and then I had one of mine up there, and I'm connecting to a Coast to Coast one, and it's
Your hat. Is this your secret?
You want to set it up?
Yeah. So this video, I think it's in Canada. I want to say somewhere where it's cold, of course. And this was on the Dick Clark blooper show back in the day, I want to say. But it was somewhere in the 70s or 80s. I want to say 70s. But this woman just had enough of the cold and had enough of a certain other thing.
Here you go.
Your hat. Is this your secret to staying warm?
No.
No, it isn't.
I have no secrets. I'm mad. I have to go to work. I have to earn a living. I'd rather have a private income and get laid well and often.
Guess who's back? Steve.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And secretly, it's everyone out there. The hat doesn't mean to, keep you warm, but other things will. Trust me. That's one of those news bloopers that probably didn't make the 10 o'clock news, but it made for entertaining fun, you would think.
Yeah.
I think we have a couple more. I'm trying to remember. Oh.
And I think there's one or two more. Oh, here we go. Okay. Coming up.
And thank you to all the sites that have brought this up.
Supermarket.
Oh, yeah. So this is our second one, I believe. And I haven't seen this. I just saved it. So we'll watch it as together. Again, this is one of my favorite shows of all time.
It says, put Neil Simon's story, California blank, together with bad boy actor Rob blank, or blank, something like that. So here we go.
Rob Riggle or Rob Lowe?
I'm going to say Rob Lowe.
In California, I don't know.
Bear. Bear, especially more. Bear.
Look at the hair back then.
Okay. You might find these colorful ice treats at a mom and dad's root beer. No, colorful ice treats at a mom and dad. Ice treats.
Pop, those popsicles. Yeah, popsicles. Yeah. Go. I'm gonna go watch this after the show, by the way.
Put Neil Simon's story, California Dreaming, to the bad boy actor Rob Lowe. Put Neil Simon's story, California Dreaming, together with bad boy actor. Can you take it from here?
Sweet and low. Well, we did get the Rob right. Or low right.
I said it, but the mic was on mute.
And they're looking at the postcards. I hope I will find another one next week. And I agree with Cozy Insider, which sounds crazy. The comment there, she said, or they say, I wish the supermarket sweep would come back. The new one I really couldn't watch. It was a host, wasn't the right vibe. The vibes were not right.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, it's like, oh, it's back, and then you see the host, and you're like, I don't know,
too loud.
Kind of like, I think, yeah, or I think yesterday was, remember that show Extreme Makeover Home Edition?
Oh yeah, I saw two people were back in that. Move that van?
Bus.
That's what it was. See, that's how long I haven't seen it. Ty
It was originally
Pennington
hosted by, I think, Ty Pennington. Yeah.
And some other dude. This one I've never seen, but I've always wanted to see the video about. So 1986, this, I think, radio station. Oregon, the Balloon Fest in Cleveland in '86, an event by the United Way of Cleveland. It was covered by, all the news, so radio and television. September 27th, 1.5 million helium-filled balloons were released into the sky. Great display. However, it turned disastrous. What was it? A bunch of balloons were grounded, oncoming storm coming in. It clogged waterways and interfered with air traffic and caused damage in the environment. Damn, 2 boaters passed away. But it's a cautionary tale, I guess, of science. Guess we're going to be blinded by science here. All right, let's see what the hell this was all about.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1. Here we go. Closing. And the far end is up, and there they go, John.
That looks like a movie.
The Guinness Book of World Records has just been broken in Cleveland. Over 1,500,000 balloons going up in the air at this very, very moment. Look at the crowd go. We did it! And there it goes. It's
hell no.
covering the terminal tower. Think of that, Chuck. The Guinness Book of World Records, the Cleveland home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Ironically, that big balloon launch in Cleveland today is one of the things that's making this search so tough for the Coast Guard. Can you imagine trying to find somebody floating out here or even spotting a life jacket with all these balloons on the water?
It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack here, because you're looking for more or less a head or an orange life jacket. Here you have a couple 100,000 orange balloons and.
Oh my God.
But the balloons that covered the lake and caused concern on Saturday are no longer here today. No one's quite sure where they went, but at least they're no longer posing a threat to fish and wildlife, and they're not littering the lake.
Up in Canada, so the wind.
Michelle Holden, live on 5.
3, 2, 1.
Where the hell did they go? I guess they blew up to Canada through Lake Erie. What the hell happened? Yeah, all the comments, dumbest move ever.
Did you
America
see
doing America things.
Yeah.
Man,
Dumbest move ever.
It's Cleveland. I do miss. There's a Canadian there saying, I can't tell you how hard I laughed when I found out they ended up in Canada. I didn't know where they ended up. I didn't even know the story about it.
Definitely not the brightest idea.
And then just think about a lot of people were probably coughing like crazy in Cleveland and just realize, hey, the river's always dirty. No one wants to be there. There you go. Was that the last of the reels, Chris? I think it was. Probably. Let's get to... Okay. So, I think I want to skip the favorite songs and movies of 24. I didn't really have many, movies that I watched. I don't know if you guys had anything on that.
Yeah, I really didn't watch any new movies for this year. There was a couple, but that was it.
Yeah, I didn't watch any, and all the other stuff was old stuff, and I forgot all about it, to be honest with you. So let's move on to our favorite top 10 child stars, so child actors, whatever you want to say. For me, Gary Coleman would be one of them. He was in that show called Different Strokes. What'd you talk about, Willis? I always remember that.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah. Jimmy Walker, JJ in Good Times. Dynamite. Let's see. Ryder Strong, who was in Boy Meets World. You also throw in oh God, what's his name? Cameron. Throw him in there as well. I guess this counts as Alfonso Roberto. Carlton, of course, on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Tyler James Williams played Everybody Hates Chris, and I loved that show growing up watching that. Lindsay Lohan was actually in some movies I really liked, and that was really good to see. Let's see, who else? Oh, Taj Mari. Now, you remember him from the show called Smart Guy. He was a little kid that advanced all the way to high school, and I think he was only probably like 8 or 9 years old. But I always loved that movie, or show, I should say. I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio would count. But Neil Patrick Harris, of course, he was in Doogie Howser, and I loved watching that show. Oh, Ben Savage was the, Boy Meets World, the one I was trying to think of. Fred Savage as well in Wonder Years. Give me nah. Drew Barrymore, you could find her in E.T., but I didn't really see much of her stuff growing up. Kirk Cameron was I forget what the hell Growing Pains. I remember him in that. Ron Howard, of course, was in that oh God, what was that show back in the day? Andy Griffith. He was a little dude in that. What else? Kyla Pratt is actually on a run right now, and she did that Spelling Bee movie. Candace Cameron, pretty much all the kids that were in Full House. Family Matters, you look at Urkel as well. And then I'll end it probably with Joey Lawrence. He was in, Blossom, and then some other things. I guess an honorable note for me would be David Faustino. He was Bud on Married with Children. He eventually grew up. Well, not in height, but he was in that show mostly. I don't remember him in anything else, but he was always fun. For also maybe some other notable mentions, Lizzie McGuire, Hilary Duff, I would throw her in there as well. She was a child. I remember having crushes on her back in the day. Dragon Viper, what about you? What's your top 10 child actors or stars of all time?
Okay, I'm gonna have to start off with Macaulay Culkin.
Duh.
Then I have Alyssa Milano, Lindsay Lohan, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, Christina Ricci. You said this one, Hilary Duff, David Gallagher from Seventh Heaven.
Wow. I haven't heard that name in forever.
And then add on Barry Watson, who was the older brother. So I like those guys.
Well, I know what show you liked.
Yeah. Anyway. Melissa Joan Hart. From Close to It All first, and then Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Then I have Ben Savage, Boy Meets World, along with Ryder Strong. I consider myself kind of, a little bit of a Ryder Strong when I was growing up, but
and have the hair.
well, not the hair, but the mannerisms, the attitude of things, and then of course I had to add Danielle Fishel, Topanga, and then my last one is Jason David Frank.
He sounds familiar. Who the heck was that?
He was the Green Ranger, then the White Ranger, and other Rangers and the Power Rangers. He was Tommy.
Okay. Is he on that circuit where where I was talking about the Comic-Cons or whatever?
He was before he passed away.
Oh, he passed away.
Yeah, he passed away about a year or two ago, but
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was mainly known for being on Power Ranger shows, and when he started out, he was a Green Ranger and went to White, and then on and so anyway, that's my list.
That is an extended list right there. Chris, what about yours? Did you have some favorite child stars growing up?
No, but I do remember the Olsen twins. That's all I can think of, really.
I'm trying to think of more that I had. Whatever girl played Xenon, that Disney movie back in the day.
Sweet, different show, but Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Oh, the Sprouse.
Yeah.
I wonder where they are now. Hope they're doing okay. There's also that dude that played like a leprechaun. He was on the basketball team or something like that. That dude was always in a bunch of movies I watched. Escape to Witch Mountain. There was those kids. Whoever played Jet Jackson, I know he passed away. Shockingly, but I remember that guy as well. All right, so to keep the top 10 going, our favorite Morgan Freeman films, and it's funny. All the movies that he's done, you didn't really know about him up until a certain year, and then he started to make really classic movies. It just shows you, like, hey, it's not going to be right away, and then the success won't be right away, but then he'll have something just will break him out. And his voice is legendary. My favorite movie of his, though, is Lean on Me. Throw in number 2 would be Glory. Let's see, what else? I believe, did I ever see Amistad, Deep Impact, where he was the president of the United States? I remember watching that all the damn time. Bruce Almighty, $1 Million Baby, March of the Penguins, where he was the voice of the whole thing. That was very fun to watch. Unleashed with Jet Li. The Bucket List with Jack Nicholson, who I just mentioned. A Raisin in the Sun, who, well, I won't mention the lead guy in that, but I remember him in that. The Dark Knight. Invictus, Dolphin Tale, Conan, The Dark Knight Rises. Olympus Has Fallen. I remember seeing that one as well. The other ones I haven't seen of his, and the most recent ones, he was actually in Ted 2, which I did not know. But those are the ones I remember. Chris, what about you?
My list: Shawshank Redemption.
Oh my God! Duh.
Let's see, Driving Miss Daisy. $1 Million Baby, Bruce Almighty, Dark Knight Trilogy, Invictus, and Lean on Me.
Lean on Me again, my favorite. What about you, Dragon Viper?
Here I have Coming to America as himself, the second one.
Oh, okay, because I haven't seen the second one.
The movie Red, Wanted, Evan Almighty, and Bruce Almighty. Let's see, Lucky Number 11, with Josh Hartnett. And then Kiss the Girls. I also have Seven, Shawshank Redemption, High Crimes, and Deep Impact.
Deep Impact, I always remember him in that, and people would imitate the way he was talking in that movie. All right, so Kirstie Alley passed away back in 2022. There was a time where she wasn't doing any films, and then she did some, and then she tragically passed away. My favorite of hers, it might be nobody's favorite, but for me, my mom would always watch it, so I would. It was called a movie called Summer School, and it had Mark Harmon in it, and then just a bunch of other crazy kids. Basically, all about summer school. So I love that movie. I always love that movie. She's having a baby. I remember that one. Look Who's Talking, and Look Who's Talking 2, and Look Who's Talking Now. I think I've seen them all. Another favorite of mine, It Takes Two. It had the Olsen twins in there. And Steve Guttenberg was going to get married to the horrible lady, and Kirstie Alley was down to earth in that one. For Richer or For Poorer with Tim Allen and Kirstie Alley, I'll always remember that one too. That was good. After that, to be honest, I don't remember her in anything else. But those ones that I mentioned, I've seen them all, and I love them all. And Kirstie was very good. I got to start watching the TV show called Cheers. I don't know where I could find it, but they play it sometimes at my job for the old people, and I should go and watch that. Dragon Viper, what about you?
I hadn't seen much of her movies because I don't know. I guess I wasn't really a big fan of hers, but so I only have a few of them here. For Richer or Poorer, I think that's that and Look Who's Talking 1 and 2. But Look Who's Talking 1 was, I think she did better in. And then It Takes Two. So, I mean, you see, I didn't even really get to see many of her movies.
And then the one with Tim Allen, the Richer or Poorer, it's just crazy how they go from city life to Amish life. And it's one I got to watch again, definitely. Chris, you remember her in anything?
Which actors?
Kirstie Alley.
Not off the top of my head, no.
All right. Let's get to the last one before we get out of here, because we're way past the hour mark. I didn't even know it. Our favorite Lady Gaga songs. And we're going to find something about ourselves, I think, with this one. For me, it all started with Just Dance. I was like, who the hell is this lady? And she killed that, of course. Love Game, Telephone, Bad Romance, Poker Face. That was also one of the first ones, too. Born This Way, Paparazzi, Edge of Glory. What was the other one? Alejandro. Million Reasons, and then Shallow. That movie, I haven't seen all of it yet, but it's A Star Is Born. I think it's off of that soundtrack with what's that dude's name? Anyway, I do want to see that. But those are my list of Lady Gaga songs I like. Now, Chris, at the karaoke bar, which one are you singing?
I don't know about the karaoke bar, but she has some good songs. Bad Romance, Poker Face, Born This Way, Just Dance, Paparazzi, Alejandro, Telephone, and Million Reasons.
By the way, she does a duet. She does some duets with Tony Bennett. It didn't sound too bad. I thought it was going to be awful, but it wasn't. Dragon Viper, what are some of your favorite Lady Gaga songs?
I'm not a huge fan of hers either, but she does have a few good songs. And it's already been mentioned, but I'm gonna name them anyway. Poker Face, Bad Romance, Telephone, Just Dance, Alejandro, and I do want to point out one which is not a very good song, and I could thank the Lonely Island group for that. But it's a really, really I want to say inappropriate song called Three Way.
Oh, I've never heard that one.
The Golden Rule. Yeah, which can't be played on this program, but
well,
so it's but anyway, I did like that song, and I enjoyed her in it. So but yeah, that's my list.
That'll be my homework assignment to go listen to that.
There you go.
They had some crazy songs back in the day, the Lonely Island. Looking back at that,
which really can't be named on the air for most of their titles.
Oh yeah. I guess we'll get out of here with that, but we'll get our final thoughts. Dragon Viper.
Thank you everyone for watching. And hopefully next week when we're on here, we'll be able to get. We're having issues with trying to get Facebook to do this live. So hopefully next week it'll work, and people who watch this on Facebook can leave comments. So again, thank you for everybody that's watching this or going to be watching this, and I hope everybody has a good night and a good weekend.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have some family members watching this. I know a couple of them wanted to start their own thing, so we'll see what happens. Chris, what about your final thoughts?
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. We'll get the video up on our social medias, and you guys can watch it. But glad to be back. New year, same shows, but different topics, and just stay tuned.
Yeah, I'll go do the homework soon. I gotta watch the movie. I mean, not the movie, TV show Cheers. I gotta see what the hell that's about. The only thing, Ted Danson's in it, and I just find him so annoying. I don't know why.
Paul Newman, Ted Danson, Kirstie Alley, and
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, and just a whole plethora of top name actors, and I think Rhea Perlman,
Shelley Long,
but yeah. Whole entire show full of top actors in that
George
TV
Wendt.
show. And it's about a bar and how everybody knows their name.
Dude. What was that one dude? He was the Mr. Potato Head in Toy Story, or at least the voice of that. The dude with the mustache, the mailman. I think he was in that. I'm gonna go try to find that right now. So I know that part. That's about it. It's in Boston too. That's pretty much it. So keep watching Coast to Coast Entertainment Network for all the programs. We'll be back on the the weekly schedule. Sunday we'll have the morning tailgate, Between the Ropes. I think last week you guys had the award show. I want to say
we did.
I can't remember what it was about because I was
wrestling.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It was about.
I wasn't even there for that one.
Was it a yearly show? I can't recall.
Yeah, it's a yearly show.
It was the best of 2024 yearly show, and and everybody would announce the different topics and who they thought belonged with those topics. So
be sure to check that out. I think, that was the last show on the program, or on the network. All right, Chris, get us out of here. Thank you for watching Entertainment Hour. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe to Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. See you guys next time. Bye.